Okay. I'm so glad you guys could hop on Sunday night. I know Sunday nights are hard, but I think everything during the week is hard too. So we will get started in sharing so we can make sure we keep this short into 30 minutes. And everybody can hear me. Becky, I can see you. So thumbs up. You can hear me? Yes? Okay. Perfect. You guys, we're doing these Sunday night Zooms every week, and it's so important that you get on and that you share with your team to hop on as well, because that is one of the things that I did right, which I'll share some of those things in a little bit on my journey to silver and gold. But it was being involved and getting on team Zooms and getting on and listening to YouTube videos. It's so important to be present if you're actually wanting to share about this opportunity and you're wanting to grow in this opportunity yourself as well. So I want to start off by sharing 5 things that I did wrong. Now, there are way more than 5 things that I did wrong when I first started this journey, but I wanted to share 5 key things on my journey to silver and gold that I should have done differently. And then I want to share 5 things that I did right. Now, not everybody may think they were right, but those are things that I feel that I did and that helped me in the journey. And then I want to give a few tips as well about things that I've noticed over my 3 years and things that I think have helped me or things that I think have set me back. Also, at the end of this, Amy, if she's able to get on, she's going to share about some things she learned in Hawaii and some new things that we have starting October 1st, which is tomorrow. So some awesome things to be excited about the company is doing as well. Okay, so the first thing I want to tell you, when I first started, if you guys are silver, if you're just beginning and you're an ambassador, or maybe you're Ruby and you're sharing with your team, these are some things to think about. When I first started, y'all, I gave out way too many samples. And I gave out 3 samples. Now, I thought that was a great idea because people could really get the idea behind having multiple samples. You're going to take it for a few days, right? But the bad thing with that is I sent 3 samples out to everybody. Not only is it a lot of money for yourself, but everybody expected to lose 10 pounds or have a life-changing time and moment in 3 days, right? So those 3 days, people would message me back and go, I didn't feel anything. And then I lost them forever because I sent them 3 samples and they thought they were going to feel a difference. Okay, y'all, when you give out samples, give one sample. One sample you are giving out for taste, right? These are grown adults that we're sending samples to. They can try something. We have a 60-day money-back guarantee. So only give out 1 sample. It is for taste. They should not expect anything on day 1. Now, with the Hunger Control Slim, a lot of times we definitely notice things on day 1, which is amazing, but we do not want to set up that expectation. So when you're sending out samples, hang on, I got to hit mute all real quick because I do hear some background noise. Real quick. Okay. Sorry about that. So only send out 1 sample. And when you're training all of your new ambassadors, that's what you want to train them on as well. If they're going to give out a sample, just give 1 for taste, and that's it, okay? Then you're not setting them up for expectations, and you're not going to lose them based on that. So just 1. The second thing that I did wrong is, y'all, I did not reach out and do what we call cold messaging until the month, like a couple weeks before the month before I went gold. I went gold in February. And in January, after Super Saturday, is when I first started actually reaching out to my friends. I joined July 31st of 2015, and it wasn't until mid-January 2016, when I actually sent some messages inviting people to join me, okay? Now, in the very beginning, I did reach out to a few friends, like my best friend, Melissa, and my mom, and my brother, or things like that. But I did not reach out to my group of friends that I had all connected with my whole life. I did not reach out to anybody until I almost went gold. You guys, big mistake. Think how much faster I could have gone gold if I would have started reaching out to people sooner, okay? I wasted all of that time expecting people to come to me. So I attended Super Saturday, which was huge, you guys. Get yourself to events because it completely changed my business. Everything about Super Saturday changed my business, okay? I don't care. Any event, if there is a sip and see somewhere, whatever it is, it will change the way you think. It will build belief into you, and you'll make different decisions from here on out. Super Saturday will be in January. The information will be coming out soon as far as all of the locations and whatnot. Get yourself to Super Saturday, okay? Mark your calendars now. We have the date's out. I feel like it's around January 6th, but don't quote me. It's somewhere along that Saturday. But get yourself to that event. It changed my business. And I didn't reach out until I went to Super Saturday and heard people talking there. The other thing is I posted graphics. Like I posted graphics and graphics. And what I mean by graphics, it's not just a picture of the triplex or whatnot, but I posted things that were like, Plexus makes me have energy, or little graphics I found on Pinterest. Now, back then, it was more about the number of posts we did make on social media, but I guarantee you, whenever someone saw my graphic and they didn't see my personal face, they scrolled right on by and they didn't look at it. Graphics are a big no. If you post one every now and then, that's okay, but graphics will get you nowhere, okay? Nowhere. I did not do this, but I want to give this tip. Do not post your website, okay? So if you have anyone joining, you just don't want to post your website, you guys. It's more about the connections and the value we're giving others than sounding like a sale. Now, a lot of times if you sell makeup or if you sell 31 bags, it's fine. People post their websites out there all the time because they are literally selling something. But with Plexus, we are sharing. So we don't want to be posting our website. We don't want to be posting graphics. It's all about our experience and the experience of others and sharing that. So stay away from the graphics because I did that a lot. And that was something I wish I wouldn't have done, but we all learn. And that's great because we get to share upon that as well. The fourth thing I want to say that I totally did wrong was I messaged people too much information. When I had a friend reach out to me and be like, okay, Terry Jo, tell me about this Plexus. Y'all, I literally sent a book to my friends, a huge book, and they probably never read it. I told them about each ingredient and what was in it and what it did for them and how it would make them feel. That's not what they wanted to know. They wanted to know, tell me about Plexus, which should have been, oh my gosh, I love it. It gives me more energy. I've lost weight. I've kicked my migraines and headaches. What issues do you have going on? You make it short and sweet and end with a question. And I did nothing like that. I never ended in a question. And it took me to reach out to my sponsor, Jenny Knott, and say, okay, I don't understand why no one is replying back to me, because I had all these sorts of people messaging me about Plexus and I couldn't get anyone to join me. But I sucked at giving out information. And I sent her, Jenny, screenshots. I'll never forget. I sent her screenshots of what I was sending to people, and I could almost hear what she had to say because it was kind of like, I think you're giving out too much information. Like I could probably hear her gasping through Messenger because my messages were so awful. When we send messages, we want them to be short and sweet and ask a question. They don't care about the ingredients. They don't care about how every single ingredient is going to make them feel. They don't care about the history behind Plexus. I sent that too. They don't care about that. What they want to know is how it's helping you and how it's helping your friends. And then if you don't end in a question, they have no reason to reply back. So you definitely want to always end in a question. The other thing that I did, number 5, that I thought was probably something that hindered me is I thought follow up every single day was, Plexus novels is exactly the way we call it, Rebecca, exactly. The other thing I want to say is that I thought follow up was okay, that I only followed up with 1 or maybe 2 people a day. So Jenny Knott and I kind of laugh about that now as we talk about how when we used to follow up, we would do our IPA because we talked to 1 person. Y'all, that's not going to get you anywhere. That's not going to get you anywhere fast. Then, I mean, it's not like a numbers game, but it kind of is a numbers thing where if you talk to 1 person a day, that's 30 people a month. You might hear back from 3 of those people, right? Maybe. It's so much bigger than that. I thought following up with 1 person a day was good enough. It's not. It's not. I had a ton of people reaching out to me. 1 person a day doesn't get you anywhere, you guys. The other thing I want to say, and this is number 6 of things that I did wrong, is I sucked at follow-up. Excuse my language on the word sucked, but I was horrible. When I got a new customer or a new ambassador, literally I was horrible about messaging them back, asking how they were doing on their products. I did in the beginning. I got them started when their products came in, and I got them going and everybody consistent. And once they were consistent, it might have been 3 or 4 weeks before I checked in again. So I might have talked to them for the first 2 weeks. And then I thought they were going to be like me and be consistent on these products and keep taking them and figure out and ask questions if they had it. I asked Jenny Knott a ton of questions. I thought they would ask me questions as well, and they don't. Not everyone is crazy like I am. They don't ask you questions. This is your job. 10% of the job is when you get your new customer ambassador enrolled. That's only 10%. Everything else comes in the follow-up. Hang on one second. Gabby, would you go whisper to Sophia and quit? She's serving volleyball against the wall. So it's kind of loud, and I hope you guys can't hear that. But anyway, one of the things that when I messaged my new customers ambassadors, I kind of forgot about them, you guys. Why are they going to continue if I can't do my job and help them with these products? They aren't going to be consistent unless you're there. Emily Gibson has given us a 4-step follow-up that is absolutely incredible, and that's talking to them on day 1, day 4, day 7, 14, and 21, and going from there. And she gives great tips. We've posted that on our team pages. You can definitely find it if you type in the 4-touch follow-up in the search bar on probably, I know for sure Plexus Rockstars, and I think it's probably in Generation Plexus as well. Search for that, you guys. The 4-step follow-up is huge. You can't forget about your customers ambassadors like I did. It was definitely one of the areas that I failed in the beginning, and I've learned my lesson hard because I had a large number of people that I was enrolling, and I couldn't keep them on the products because I failed at helping them out. That's my job. That's what I'm here for, you guys. We've been on the products. We know how amazing they are. They don't know yet. So we have to keep them and help them and get them going. So those are 6 things that I know that I did that were completely wrong when I first got started on my journey to silver and gold. So I want to share a few things that I think I did right, or that things that I think that really did help me along. And one of those things is I shared my story and excitement. I did write notes because I didn't want to forget what I was talking about. But I shared my excitement and my story on social media. On day 5, when I had a Diet Coke in my hands, I shared that on social media. I was naturally and organic sharing how I felt, and I was like, posted a picture of my Diet Coke and said, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have a Diet Coke in my hands, and I drove from Sonic to home and I haven't had one sip. Sharing your personal story every single little bit along the way makes a huge difference. I shared a picture of my family eating cinnamon rolls, and I didn't have one. It's those personal things that your friends and family want to know about. It's not about how each product will necessarily help them. They want to hear how you are doing along the way, most importantly, right? Why do you love these products? The other thing I know that I did that was great was I was in a dressing room, and I remember trying on a size medium for the first time in a really long time, and I snapped selfies in the dressing room of me in these new clothes, and I posted on social media, and I told my friends how darn excited I was that I finally was putting on a medium. And I made it emotional. It was emotional time for me, and I shared that from my heart with my friends. Take them on your journey every step of the way. You don't have to have a big or major story, but one little thing like passing by a cookie, one little thing about not drinking your Diet Coke, one little thing about trying on a new shirt and liking the way it fits you, even if it's the same size, but maybe you like the way it fits you. Those are things your friends and family want to hear. They want to hear your personal journey along the way. And I kept going and sharing those things on a constant effort. So take your audience along on your journey. The other thing I did is every single day, I listened to a YouTube video, at least 1 or 2. I listened to it in the car. I just had my phone sitting up. I would get in the car and I would put in what YouTube video I was going to listen to, and it played while I was driving in the car. Choose this over the radio. This is your business, and if you want to excel in it, take the effort and the priority. Put away the radio, put up a YouTube video, and listen to it while you're driving. You don't have to take notes. You don't have to sit there. YouTube training, great question, Cheney. YouTube training from Diamonds and Jewels that have them out there. So write these down if you have a piece of paper, or you can message me and I'll give you a list. Tara Castaneda has amazing YouTube videos out there. Emily Gibson, Brooke Hemingway, Tamara Holloway, Emily Roberts, Melissa Eichenhorst. There's a website or a YouTube channel called Plexus U, the letter U, and that's Kristen Abart and her husband's channel. There are so many great diamond and emeralds and sapphires and senior rubies and rubies out there that have incredible, just short little training videos. You don't have to listen to a 45-minute YouTube video, but this is a great, exactly, Julianne, this is a great way to learn, and you are taking control of your own business and putting the priority first. So put down the radio, turn it off, and listen to a YouTube video when you drive. The other thing you can do is when you're putting away dishes at night, when you're folding your laundry, instead of having the TV on, take a second and put on a YouTube video and let it play. Maybe in the morning while you're putting your makeup on or fixing your hair, make it your goal to listen to a YouTube video. One of the things I do now is I take my phone and I set it at the top of my shower and I play a YouTube video while I'm taking a shower. I may not be listening super intently, but it's still something is going into my mind and I might hear something that is a really good idea. And that is something I still do now. I can go back and listen to videos from 2 years ago of training and I still get something new out of it every time. So if you are wanting this opportunity, you are wanting this business, take the initiative and do something for yourself. So definitely listen to YouTube videos. There's a ton of great ones out there. And so I can definitely put a list together and get you more for sure. But there's a lot of great ones. Okay, the third thing that I think I did right was when I finally started reaching out. And when I finally started reaching out, and which I did not do again until the month before I went gold, right? I reached out about the business first. More people go to sleep at night worried about $300 than they do worried about how much they weigh. I guarantee you, people put their head down and they're stressed about money. If $300 could change someone's life and you have this opportunity to help them, reaching out about the business first. And I don't use the word, hey, join me in this Plexus business. I just say, I wholeheartedly wanted to share something with you. I have started this opportunity or been a part of this opportunity. It's changed my life. It's given me some financial freedoms. I'm able to say yes to my kids more. I'd love to share more about it with you. Something along those lines. Give it from your heart and share about this business. Now, one of the ways that I reached out about the business first, and this doesn't work for everyone, but my message to Jenny Schweitzer, who's my Rockstar Senior Ruby, I said to her, do this with me. I just want you to do this with me. Do this with me and we'll go travel the world and go to Hawaii together and we'll get a free Lexus. And she said, Terry Jo, nobody earns a Lexus in these things and nobody gets free trips and no one ever gets to the top of the company. Well, she now knows that's not that's not right at all. But that's a lot of people's mindset. But I was like, just do it. We'll have fun and things like that. But reach out. I sent many messages to people that are now my ambassadors where I just said, I want you on my team. You are super influential. I love everything about you. I know you'll be able to rockstar this. You absolutely will love the products. I have no doubt, but I think you'll rock this business. Because my friends out there are amazing and I know they'll do great. Don't forget to tell them, right? Yeah, Jenny, exactly. Whoops, it does actually work, doesn't it? But reach out about the business first. You can always fall back on the products, but if you reach out to someone about the products first and they're like, no, I'm not interested, you can't go, hey, well, what about the opportunity? What about trying to have a business with me? Or, something like that. You don't fall back on the business. That doesn't work like that. So you reach out about the business first, and then when someone says, that's not for me, you can go, okay, I totally understand that. I know you love these products. I know you've been suffering with sleep issues. I know you have IBS, whatever it is. I know these products can help you, and give them a story about how they've helped you. So you can reach out about the business first and fall back on the products. The other thing, when I started reaching out with people, I followed up. You can't reach out one time and then forget. And if they're silent or if they say no, you can't not reply. You have to reply again. You have to follow up with someone. You have to keep talking to them. The other thing that I think I did right, number 5, is I was consistent in sharing every single day. There wasn't a day that went by that I wasn't sharing my personal journey on Facebook, social media. Sharing my journey. Now, that doesn't mean every single day you have to talk about Plexus, but every single day you need your face out there so people think of you. Now, if you're not consistent in sharing about Plexus, if you're not consistent about sharing about Joyome, etc., when you stop sharing, people think you're not taking the products. I promise. If you stop for 2 weeks and then you post once and then you stop for 2 weeks and then you post again, they don't take you as serious. This isn't important to you enough. So share every single day. Don't ever have to mention the word P, the Plexus word. I try not to put the P word in my posts, okay? I share about how I feel. And you want to share about how you feel. How is this lifestyle helped you? How has this opportunity helped you? How have these products helped you? Make it super personal, you guys. Share every single day. Now, with that said, if you have gone months without sharing and you're thinking, gosh, now what do I do? It's okay. Come back. It doesn't matter. You start sharing consistently again, they're going to trust that you're still taking these products. When you stop, they don't think of you. I promise every single friend of mine knows that if they hear the word Plexus, they instantly think of Terry Jo if they're my friend, because I'm consistent in sharing. No one is ever questioning that I've quit because I keep sharing about it. So share, but just don't mention the P word all the time, because people don't want to hear that. They want to hear your personal journey and how your life is changed, right? Not still sharing 4 posts a day. When we first started, it was very, very important to share multiple times a day because only 7% of your audience saw the posts. There are new Facebook algorithms, and they are definitely, we've posted about them on our team pages. So feel free to type in algorithms on the Rockstars page or probably the Generation Plexus, and you should probably find something about algorithms. But back then it was very, very important because your people couldn't see the posts. Now you want quality over quantity, right? Quality a post, and you want interactive posts. You want people to be engaging with you in your posts and commenting, and you want to reply back. If someone replies or makes a comment on your post, whatever it is, whether it's Plexus or not Plexus, you need to go back in and reply to their comment. Don't just like it, you have to reply, okay? Because that tells Facebook that you're engaging and you are important enough to be out there on social media, and they'll choose your posts over someone else's to keep in the newsfeed, okay? So you just got to really think about those kind of things. But be consistent in sharing, you guys, every single day. Every single day doesn't have to be a Plexus post, but every single day needs to be a personal life. How is your life going? How is things that are helping you? Just things like that. You've got to stay out there for your audience to see you, okay? They don't want to see graphics. Okay, so those are 5 things I did right, or 6 things I did wrong, and 5 things I think I did right along my journey. But I want to share with you a couple things that I have noticed on my journey to Emerald. And one of those things is your relationships matter first. Always, always your relationships are going to matter first. In the beginning, I know I sent a lot of cold messages that probably were not appropriate. I didn't build a relationship with my base. Build the relationships first, you guys, because this is showing value to others first. If it does not value them, they will not enroll. They have to find value in it for themselves. This isn't about you. This isn't you coming. You need to come from a give, not a get. When you're messaging people, you're wanting to give them an opportunity or give them a better feeling in life, okay? So we're not messaging people because we want to get something. We are all here because we know these products are amazing and we can change the world, right? We can change the way people feel. So come from a, what can I give you versus what can you give to me? Okay, so what can I give you? That's one of the big things I've noticed along the way. One of the other thing, like I said, is build relationships. The other thing is helped my team every single day. My team got me to Emerald. I did not get myself to Emerald. I found amazing rock stars, and they found amazing rock stars, and they found amazing rock stars. Talk to your team every single day because they are why you're getting to where you're at. I want them to know if you're on my team, you know I love you and support you, and every single day, you know you should be able to come to me. I should be reaching out to my level ones every day, multiple times a week, because those friends, they're my friends and they're important to me. So on my journey to Emerald, just keeping my relationships with my ambassadors is super, super important. My team is who got me there. I didn't get there on my own. So I want to make sure that my team hears from me and they know I'm here for them, okay? That doesn't mean I'm just gonna post on my Plexus Rockstars page. I want you to hear from me. And if you're not hearing from me enough, I need you to tell me, because I am here to help you. I would not be where I'm at without my team, and I know that. So definitely don't just sit back and say, oh my gosh, I have this rock star and she's starting to work, and let her go. You guys, you want to be with your team. This is a business opportunity and you're building relationships, and it's all about relationships. Run with your runners. If you have someone that joined you and they're wanting to run with this opportunity, run with them. Like I said, don't just let them do their thing. Run with them. Enjoy the journey with them. You will be more successful and they will be more successful as a team together. So run with your runners. Like I said, chatting with your level ones is super, super important. And your team line on the way down. Ask questions. Ask questions along your journey. I know I've sent so many messages and messages and messages to Jenny and Julianne and Amy and Zilla, asking questions if I needed help. Don't be afraid to ask others for help. I promise we're never tired of questions. Because now I will say, along your journey, see if you can find your answers first, right? Look and see if you can figure it out. See if you can search for it. And if you can't, then ask questions and let them here to help you. The other thing that I did is I knew I had a team, and I took priority of my team and did team challenges and fun things involving with your team. So if you are a leader when you have one person underneath you, don't be afraid to do fun things with your team. And just remember, you cannot do this alone. Your journey to Emerald is not going to be by yourself. So you want to reach out about the business. You want to find other people who want this opportunity just as much as you do. So share about that business first. Anyway, so I've rambled along enough, and I think Amy is on, but I just wanted to share with you guys some things I think that we need to remember is we all do things wrong. No, I don't do challenges for my preferred customers. It's more based on team building and my team. Your customers is separate than your ambassadors. So I don't do challenges for customers. I'm definitely there to support them and work with them. But there would not be reason to do a challenge. Oops. Did you like my keto diet book? But there's no reason to do a challenge with customers. It's going to be based on your ambassadors on your team. Don't feel like you're spending money on your team. But if you need ideas on something that you could do to help encourage your team or whatnot, please don't. Seriously, let me unplug my phone. But don't be afraid to ask for ideas or for help on that, and we definitely would love to share. So anyway, just remember that we all do things wrong as we're going along on this journey, and that's okay because we find things that we're doing right. Okay, so just keep going, you guys. If you're on this journey, run with it and have fun with it, but you have to share every single day. Don't slack back. Be consistent every single day. Work something every single day. Be consistent in that, and it will get you a lot further. So, Amy, are you on, Amy? Would you?
Yes.
Thank you. Fabulous.
Nice. Yeah, Terry Jo, that was so good. And I posted websites. We all did. We posted websites when we started because that's what our leaders that came before us told us to do. And guess what? We still move forward. So even if you've made any of the mistakes that Terry Jo talked about, which I made every single one of them, graphics, I made all of them as well. Even if you have, it's all just a learning experience and something that you want to just go forward and build and do better as you go. And just like with Facebook and technology and everything like that, everything changes. You know, our environment in itself and the way people sell things and the way people market things, that's all changing every single day. And we're all just trying to learn and do better. And what it keeps coming down to is, just like Terry Jo said, your authenticity and your story and your relationships. Sometimes I have a hard time reaching everybody that I want to reach and reaching out to everybody that I want to reach out to, because my capacity with having 4 kids and things like that just isn't there. And what I've found is that the authenticity and the deepness of the relationship is really what counts, rather than just pure numbers. And I think that that's kind of what even Terry Jo was talking about. We've all, at the beginning of this, it was all about numbers and trying to reach out to as many people as we can. And it's just really about your relationships and your authenticity and your stories and sharing and your consistency. That's why social media is such a huge tool that we can use, because it reaches kind of all the masses and it tells people, I'm still doing this. I still love this. Even if I'm not seeing you every day and touching you and talking to you every day, you're out to the masses saying, I'm still doing this. I just went to Maui, and guess what? I'm posting about Maui and saying, Plexus is awesome. A lot of times I've been using now my Instagram stories to talk about Plexus. I know Jenny has done that. I know Terry Jo's been doing that too. So any kind of thing that you can reach the masses on is that first little tool, but that's just so small. That's just letting people know that you're consistent and you're still doing this. But that relationship building is so important. But I also know that it can also be overwhelming, because I've felt that as well. And those deep relationships are really what matters, and talking to people are what really matters. That's why we tell you guys when we're doing, Terry Jo just talked about not doing challenges for preferred customers, but we do have our 7-day challenges, or we just did the intermittent fasting challenge, or we did the hydration challenge a long time ago, or we did a plank challenge. Y'all, that's for everybody. That's for your customers. That's for your potentials. That's for anybody that wants to be in a health and happiness group. So definitely use that for building the, you want to build their strength for the brand there. Even though you're building kind of the business things on your own, you want to build the strength of the business in the health and happiness group, because we're doing that for everybody, just to try to keep everybody on track. I know we're at 35 minutes here, so I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of download on Maui, and how amazing it was, and how awesome this company is, how generous the company is, some of the things that are coming up. One of the things that's coming up is a product launch that's going to be when all of you guys that made Leaders Retreat are going to go to Leaders Retreat. They said they're going to start doing some teasers for the product. I know I got one. I don't know I heard some of y'all didn't get it. So I don't know, maybe not everybody got that on September 23rd. It wasn't really a huge teaser. I think it had like 2 words on it that I had no idea what they were. And it talked about Jessica Heffley, like trying to sneak into the building and get top information. So that's kind of the first teaser that I got, but some more stuff is supposed to be coming out before that mid-October Leaders Retreat announcement of the new product. And they even said after that, there's going to be a ton more things happening as well. They said they're obviously still working on the system and all the IT stuff, but I do feel like the glitches are way less. They're doing a great job with that. They're working on, let me look at my notes, the free shipping for $145 subscriptions, which is huge from now until the end of the year, starting tomorrow. That's October 1st. Is that right? So get your subscription set up at $145. That's trying to help everybody get to that 100 PV mark, so that everybody gets qualified and you can start making commissions. You can start getting your points. I love free shipping, y'all. I mean, I'm a Amazon Prime person, mostly just for the free shipping. I love free shipping. So that $145 mark is amazing. And that starts tomorrow until the end of the year. So that's so cool. Another huge thing that we had training on in Maui, which I have talked about since the very first, not the first convention that I went to, that was in Dallas. The second convention that I went to was in Arizona. And that's when I made Jenny go with me, even though she could only go for like 1 day. I think I was a Ruby or something like that, maybe at the time. We had a great training. Roz talked about it with us this time, but they talked about what she called emotional intelligence in the business. They called it at the time emotional maturity. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's huge in this. It's huge. It's about not burning bridges. It's about knowing that, people are going to come back. I can't tell you how many times people have just not been consistent, or maybe they've even done something kind of shady. I had one of my customers, get a refund from the company and then also turn around and get a refund from my pocket, which I did because I'm running a business. So I did that just to make her happy. And I knew she got a refund from the company, but I also gave her a refund out of my pocket because I had the emotional maturity to know that she may come back later. And y'all, she did. She came back, and she's been a customer for over 2 years now after that incident took place. And I'm probably going to get her to become an ambassador at some point very soon. So having that emotional intelligence of the business, not burning bridges, knowing that you're trying to do the best you can to get people on the products, to get people consistent with the products. But sometimes maybe they're flighty and they're not going to be, instead of getting frustrated with them, just loving them through the process and just being there, like Terry Jo said, at a service for them. Not what it can do for you, but it's all about them and trying to get them on the products because you know what it can do for them and for their health and for things like that. So that was a really awesome training that we had. That was the second time that I had heard it, and something that I have used throughout my business. The other thing with having the emotional intelligence is sometimes you may not have emotional intelligence. You may do stupid things, which I've done, and knowing that you need to apologize for that and move on is also a huge thing. So in this business, you know, you're going to make mistakes. Terry Jo just gave you 5 mistakes that she made. She learned from, she had the emotional intelligence to be able to talk about it and teach others that, hey, these are 5 things that I did. Don't do this. Let's move on with this. And also just being able to say that this business is always evolving and we're always learning. And if you can always have that learning mindset, then you're going to be above the game too, because you're always trying to learn what's good now, what's the best practices now, and how can I make my business even better now. So I loved all those things that Terry Jo shared with us, and I so appreciate it. Terry Jo, was there anything else you wanted me to share before I move it on to you and we move on, since we're kind of over?
Maybe just the $199 welcome packs. Doesn't that start tomorrow as well?
Yes. Okay. Yes. So, you know, we have the $99 welcome pack and the $199 welcome packs. Well, starting tomorrow, when people sign up with the $199 welcome pack, you're also going to get your points, which is huge. Because I know that that's always been one of those things where you get people to sign up and then you have to wait till the next month to start getting those points to move from like silver to gold, which is the hardest thing ever. I know that's the hardest step ever. So starting tomorrow, when people sign up with that $199 welcome pack, you get those 5 points to get you on that road to the gold mark. So that's a huge and such a generous change that Plexus is making for us to move on in our businesses. So that's huge. So those $199 welcome packs, which are actually the best values too, they're well below the wholesale price. So pushing those is also going to help you increase your ranking in your business that way. So that also starts October 1st. So that's another big, generous change that Plexus has made with our businesses. So yay.
Awesome. Okay, you guys, we'll let you all go, but just exactly what Amy was telling you all is I made all of these mistakes, and you might be too, and that's okay, because that doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean we're not going to move forward. Like, I make so many mistakes every single day still in my journey, but that doesn't mean my journey is not going to continue. You just learn from them and you move on, and you tell your friends what you did that wasn't right, and maybe they should not do it, you know, because you've learned from your mistakes, you guys, and that's just where you're at. You're going to make mistakes. I make them every single day. So anyway, you guys have a great night. Thanks for hopping on, and we will see you next Sunday evening. Okay, bye guys.
Bye guys.